Seems as if we got a little package delivered today. What do we have hither? Woo! All right. Big shout out to Polaris Engineered Lubricants for hooking me up. What we got, Nash? Huh? We got some oil. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It is the day after Thanksgiving and it has been a slow start. I wanted to be out here a very long time ago, which I didn't get to do. So we're getting a little bit of a late start. However, within that late start, I actually got a couple packages. Big box. We rotate over here. My side pieces came back in. With that being said, that means my rear shocks came back in. They are all revalved, ready to get put back in. My center shock also went through a spring rate adjustment. So this is your stock one. It's kind of like a dual rate. That's why it's tightly bound here, open there. I don't know the exact spec on this. Bruce, my shock guy, a lot of guys were saying, why are you touching it? Why are you touching it? Bruce knows what I like. He's ridden the stuff before, so he said, hey, send them to me. I'll get them where you want them. And I trust him 110%, so that's where they went. So we could put them back in the skid. We could put side pieces back on. So we have a lot to do. I don't really know how far I'm gonna get, but we're gonna start with the big project of getting the new track in the sled. Got a couple buddies that are probably gonna be swinging by, but they're not here yet. So we're gonna try and tackle this by myself. It's kind of tough because you gotta lift the back of the track and get it all in line, but we're gonna see kind of what I could do all by myself. I'm gonna try and go in a little bit more detail, not just put you guys on fast forward, because that was also something that you guys said that you wanted to see a little bit more, not just be put on fast forward. So I'll do my best at showing you guys a little bit more in depth of how to get the track back in there. So let me get this thing on its side and kind of set up. So we got it on our side. Nash Foreman is sleeping on the job. Got it on its side. I didn't show anything up underneath here when I had it under the last time. So here is what your tunnel looks like. There's your front heat exchanger. There's your jack shaft. And then we are putting in the drive shaft. So pretty much when you go to put these in, your track has to be at like the same angle as this. So it might be up or down, depends on kind of what you have set up. So I actually have on this side a little stand. I didn't show you guys this either. Little homemade electrical box with some threaded rod with a nut on it. So it'll actually hold it in place there. Especially if you don't have skis on it, the bars will want to twist and it'll lay, totally on its side. So that is a super helpful little tool that I have. Again, it was probably $3 at the local Ace Hardware. So I'm gonna get this track in here, and it's a little bit harder because now I have bigger drivers and studs. So we're gonna do our best to not scratch anything. So we got the track in there. Again, you want to try and get it wedged up in there as far as you can so you have as much clearance. Again, you'll need something. Again, this is by yourself. You have two guys, you could have one guy hold and one guy work. So now we're gonna get drive shaft, and again, that side goes in first, and then that side goes in second. So I will also get this set up and see if I could show you guys in there. I'm already sweating. I had to turn the heat off already, working off all those calories from yesterday. Just like that, this thing is in. These are super easy to do. You just gotta take your time, make sure that track is pushed way up in there so you have more than enough clearance. With these Polarises and that hole being so big on the bearing side, super easy to get in there. So, like I said, we're in there. There's our shaft. So that thing's in there. So now is another tricky part of getting it flipped back over onto its side. Again, without any, make sure your track is in the right way. I like quadruple check it. There are arrows on the track. So obviously your track is gonna be going that way to go forward. So you want the arrows pointing that way. With a little persuasion and help from Nash, who decided to wake up, we are back in the air with our new track in there. For me, obviously I have to, actually I could probably work on it right here. So now we gotta start getting these bolts back in. So I don't know any tips and tricks for these just yet, but I will let you know here shortly. I don't really have any tips or tricks for this. You just kind of gotta fumble with it a little bit, and there is a, on this cap, there's a word that says down, so obviously that means down, and then everything else lines up. And then once you get them all started, then you torque it down to spec. Which I haven't done yet, so I'm just getting to that side. And then once we get done with that side, we're coming back over here and we start putting this side back together. So we're now all buttoned up on this side, all tightened up, torqued, that side's done. So now coming over to this side. Now, again, we are not putting factory gearing back in it, so we have the stuff from Caputo. So we're gonna go ahead and throw all that back in the same way that it came out. But I mean, obviously it's not the factory stuff, so the new goodies are gonna be going in there. And then these are gonna be getting put aside. And we're just gonna keep chomping away at this and little by little putting it back together, just like we, like I said, just like we took it apart. So see if we remember where all the stuff goes. No, I'm just kidding, this shouldn't be too bad. And the chain case is coming back together. Chain is just hand tight, finger tight. And then you're gonna do your lock nut. Bottom bolt is 29 foot-pounds, and then the other side are 18 foot-pounds of torque spit. So keep that in mind. Hey, bud. And the one beefy.
Hey, YouTube. What's up, Jaybird?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good.
Actually, who dat, Uncle Dan?
What are you getting after?
We are putting the track back. Well, we put the track back in. That was what I was going to have you help me with, but I'm impatient.
It's a long road trip for me to get here.
Yeah, a whopping half a mile, not even a quarter mile.
You helping, Dad?
Yeah, that's shop foreman right there. So we got the caliper back in. That back bolt, like I said when I took it apart, is a pain in the butt to get to. You need a longer ratchet. If you have a swivel one, kind of like this torque wrench that I have, if you have a swivel head like that, oh man, you could crush it. But I actually don't. I only have the torque wrench like that, so it's pain, but it's doable. You can get to it. I got to throw the pads back in and put this bolt on. This one gets torqued to, where's my phone? 45, I believe. Thank you to Johnny Caputo again because he sent these to me. Yeah, brake rotor, 45 pounds. So once we get that back in the pads in, then we just have the battery tray, put the battery back in, and then this side's buttoned up. So I now have a new supervisor. My other supervisor's chewing on a bone. This supervisor's playing with a pole.
Doing what a supervisor
Whole
does.
lot of help around here, let me tell you. It is sad, but Dan, turkey, unless it's deep fried, isn't good.
No, I meant sad for the shop workers.
Oh, that they had to work on Thanksgiving. Yeah, no, I agree. I thought you meant it's sad that
Oh, it's sad that
I only eat chicken nuggets, and that's what I ate on Thanksgiving.
He's almost 30 years old, and he won't venture
Whoa,
out.
whoa, long ways to 30.
He'll be here before you know it.
Tell him that's mean.
You'll be 30 before I'm 40.
That's true.
Facts.
He's annoying. Good, I hope you cough. Yeah, good. And he's sick. I got our caliper all back in, pads in, torque down, so we're just gonna put the battery tray in real quick, get that buttoned up, and then this job, Nash, enough, is all done.
Get it.
Please
Get
don't.
it. Everybody loves footage of a doggy.
Arr, 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 ow, that was a good one.
I offered you full play over here.
Battery's in, everything's tightened down. What's that?
You said we're back together. With me or?
No, we're not back together.
We are back together.
No, we're not.
Literally sitting right here.
It doesn't matter.
I've been gone for a while, but I'm back.
I know. Yeah, lives 5 hours away. I see him almost every day. Moves 30 seconds away. I don't see him for a month. Battery back in. Everything's all done. Tightened up. The only thing I gotta have to do is put oil in, but that's loosened already. What? Drive shaft? New driver wheels? All in. Ready to rumble. So it's probably gonna do it for today. I'm gonna move on to probably putting this rear skid back together and putting the shocks in and getting the rear wheels and everything set up in the next video. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
But listen, most importantly, like and subscribe.
Yeah, listen to my man Dan.
Subscribe and like. Go whichever way you want, but make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Just do it. It's easy. Please.
So just like that, we're gonna end it off. Like Dan said, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.